we're talking about labor on this Labor Day because despite a global pandemic, we are still in the middle of one of the busiest times for babies. So coming up next in an all-new Mommy Confidential, we are going to talk about everything new moms and moms-to-be need to know.
Yeah, late summer and early fall are the most popular time of year for births, which means that millions of women have gone into labor or about ready to right in the middle of a global pandemic. And even though hospitals are taking extraordinary precautions to protect new moms and babies, some parents-to-be still have a lot of questions. So in this morning's Labor Day edition of Mommy Confidential, we're talking about labor. Literally. Joining me now live are women's health expert and fertility specialist, Dr. MichelleSands, new mom, Marlena Edwards, and Marlena's midwife, Ryan Morales. It is great to see all of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Dr. Sands, I'm going to start with you because do new moms-to-be, need to be worried about giving birth in the hospital right now because of COVID?
Well, you know, it's really interesting. So it's really about the perspective of the mom and what makes the mom most comfortable. Giving birth is a natural process and it's not a disease. So it can be done safely at home and has been for thousands of years. So home births can be a wonderful way to have your baby if that's what's right for the mom. Now, this is important for moms to be low risk in full term. So meaning they have to go to 37 weeks to safely have a home birth. But hospital births can be very safe, even now with COVID being at its, it's still, we're seeing the numbers climb of cases. We're seeing hospitalizations actually lower. In San Diego, where I currently am right now, cases are highest in the country, but hospitalizations are only at 5% of hospital beds. So while it may seem like there's like COVID everywhere in the hospitals, they're actually doing a great job of isolating the COVID cases. They are giving separate workers to the laboring moms or keeping the laboring moms in the rooms. And they're actually doing a lot of precautions. So it may even be a safer time to be in the hospital because of all the extra precautions. We're seeing a big dip in all hospital-acquired infections overall. But when you're having a baby, it is a stressful time, both physical and emotional. And due to the extra restrictions that are being placed in the maternity wards, it can be a more stressful time for moms. They are restricting the amount of support people you can have. So if you planned on having a doula and your husband and maybe your mom with you, you have to choose in some cases only one. In some hospitals across the country, they're also mandating masks for laboring moms, and that can add another potential problem. So it's all about what makes the mom more comfortable. If she feels more comfortable in the hospital, that's going to be a better situation for her. But if she feels more comfortable at home where she can control the environment, have all her family around her, and really just be a more relaxed state, then that's what's right for the mom.
Well, let's bring in Marlena now because, oh my gosh, her precious bundle right there. How old, Marlena?
She's 6 weeks now.
Oh my goodness. Just a bundle of joy right there. Okay, for you, so this is your first baby. That's stressful in and of itself, right? Then, you're having your first baby in the middle of a pandemic. So you did choose to go the midwife route, which is Ryan, who is also with us. So Marlena, kind of take us through that thought process. Why did you want to do it, and what kind of reaction did you get from people?
When I first chose to actually do a midwife, it was because I felt that I personally wasn't getting enough attention, as concerning as it may be during these times. I just felt like my doctors weren't giving me enough, or I didn't feel comfortable enough in their environment. And with being out with so many people, and this is when the mask had just first came in, so I chose to do a more personal route. And that's when I had found Ryan just through searching and Google search and whatnot. And it personally felt a lot safer, in my opinion, even though there's still precautions being taken in the hospital just as much, even if not even more. I just felt like it was more up to my speed, up to my par. And for years, even when I was a little girl and I first had found out what a home birth was, I wanted to do a home birth. So this just gave me, I guess, more ample opportunity to actually complete one of my dreams, which was have a home water birth.
Well, clearly it worked out to perfection for you. She is absolutely gorgeous. Ryan, I want to bring you in because I want to talk about, one, if people do choose to go this route, how do they go about finding a credible midwife? And two, how do you prepare yourself and or your home for this experience?
Yeah, good questions. I mean, people find midwives in lots of ways. There are lots of different types of midwives in this country, which is unique and it makes it a little complicated. But all home birth midwives are licensed through your state. We get there in different ways. Often your state midwifery organization has a page you can go to where you can find a list. I think that parents find people through friends, through providers. I get a lot of referrals from hospital providers. Yeah, the internet is a great way to find a midwife because it kind of connects you to all those resources.
And how do you prepare your home for that experience and or yourself for that experience at home?
Well, preparing your home is a lot easier than preparing yourself, I think. But in terms of preparing your home for the birth, you order a birth kit through a website called Precious Arrows. It's midwifery supplies. It's my personal birth kit. They send you everything I want you to have. I give you a small list of things you need to have and a way to prepare them. And then I come with everything you need to be safe. I come with life-saving medications, oxygen, IVs, medicines in case the mother bleeds too much, the stuff to resuscitate a baby safely. And together that creates a really safe space where we have everything we need. In terms of preparing yourself, I think the midwifery care model gives you more time. We're lucky enough to have 45 minutes to spend with you at every visit. So that means that we have a lot of time to get to know each other, for me to learn what a great birth looks like to you, and for me to help you understand what it's going to take. And I think the myth is that birth is really hard, but birth is very manageable and very normal most of the time. And when it's not, we're really grateful for hospitals. Home birth doesn't mean you're having a planned home birth doesn't always end at home, but hopefully it always ends wherever you're safest.
Having the child is not hard. Raising the child is what is hard.
Exactly.
Listen, ladies, I wish we had more time, but I thank each and every one of you for your perspective this morning. And of course, I think Dr. Sands hit it on the head when she said you have to do what is right for you and make the best informed decisions. So you all enjoy the rest of your holiday Monday.
Thank you. Happy Labor Day.
All right, Angie, over to you.